Starting today, we'll take a look at the flying taxi company Joby Aviation over a few episodes. Instead of just looking at stock prices and earnings, we'll follow the strategies of the giant who have invested a lot of money and power into this company. Toyota, Delta Airline, and US government, even the Dubai. Understanding their calculations will give us much bigger understanding of Joby Aviation as a company. Our first episode today is the Toyota. Right from the start, there is something unusual. The world's largest car company has poured nearly $900 million into building flying taxi, not car. Furthermore, they recently took a 51% of stake in a joint venture that will manufacturing the Joby Aviation aircraft, meaning Toyota is now has a management control. Why would Joby give up more than half of their own manufacturing company to Toyota? Today we'll figure out if this big deal is actually a smart movement for Joby Aviation. Okay, then let's get started. First, let's break down what happened. Toyota has been funding Joby since 2020. The total investment is over about like $900 million. In late June, the two companies established a manufacturing joint venture to actually build Joby's aircraft. Toyota holds 51% and Joby holds 49%. Because Toyota owns 51% more than half, they have the controlling power over this production company. This might make you scratch your head. Joby is an aircraft company, yet they gave the ownership of the factory that will mass produce their aircraft to a car maker. Plus, this joint venture has the exclusive right to produce Joby's main aircraft. It sounds like they are leaving their own airplanes in someone else's hand. At first glance, this looks like a bad deal. However, I believe this deal actually benefits Joby. The reason becomes clear when we look at what Joby is good at and what they are not. Joby is great at designing flying aircraft and running test flights, but the real challenge in this industry isn't just flying a couple of prototypes. The hardest part is constantly manufacturing thousands of these aircraft with airplane level quality and a competitive price. No matter how good the design is, if you can't build it cheaply and in a large volumes, will be commercial failure. For example, Apple, they also designed the iPhone in America, but all the manufacturing is the Taiwan and China company. You can think that example in this case. This is exactly Joby's weakness. Joby designed aircraft. They have never mass-produced anything. On the other hand, Toyota is famous for making cars better and more efficiently than anyone else in the world. Their production system is basically the textbook for global manufacturing. In other words, Joby's biggest weakness is Toyota's greatest strength. This is Toyota's strategy. If the flying taxi market is going to take off, success will depend on who builds them best. And Toyota wants to control that building process. Toyota calls this is expansion into the sky, fitting their philosophy of handling all forms of mobility, not just cars. On the surface, it looks like Joby lost by giving up control of the factory, but the reality is different. Through this deal, Joby stays an aircraft design company while handling over the most difficult jobs, mass production, to the world's best manufacturer. They outsourced what they are worst at to the company that is the best at it. Here is what this means for Joby as a business. First, a major risk is removed. Mass production was Joby's biggest hurdle, but now the world's top manufacturer is handling it. And second is a stronger financial runway. Joby currently has about $2.5 billion in cash assets, and the nearly $900 million from Toyota is a massive chunk of that. For a company that isn't profitable yet, cash means time to survive, and Toyota basically bought them that time. And number three is it wasn't free. In return, Joby gave Toyota a 51% controlling stake. Also, the recent additional $250 million investment from Toyota is conditional. Joby only gets it if they hit certain certification and production goals. I believe the benefit erasing mass production risk and securing strong cash reserves far outweighed control they gave up. The biggest danger for Joby right now isn't sharing control, it's getting certified but failing to build the aircraft and missing the market. Of course, there is some opposing view too. The joint venture was just established and actually mass producing cheap aircraft is still a future goal. So someone say it's just a promise, not like just a word, not the like actual country at this point. This is a valid point. However, I still see Toyota's involvement as a crucial advantage for Joby for three reasons. Number one, Toyota isn't just financial advisor. They are not private equity. They are actually partner taking direct responsibility for production, and they're good at it. Number two, the real bottleneck to commercial success is being handled by the best in the world. Number three, Joby bought themselves $900 million worth of time in the process. Toyota partnering with Joby is undoubtedly huge news. However, we also need to monitor a few things. How many aircraft the joint venture actually start building, whether the conditional $250 million tied to certification and production goals is actually released, whether Toyota's control will continue to empower Joby or it will actually lagging the process speed. Toyota's strategy is clear. They want to control the manufacturing because that's where the industry success lies. Joby in turn handed its biggest weakness to the world's best and secure $900 million. I think this deal is win for both companies. But no matter what, how great product you build, we need a customer. So Toyota gonna handling the massive like factory part and manufacturing part. So who's gonna buy? Like where are we gonna get the passenger? In the part two, we'll dig into the strategy of another giant partnering company with the Joby, which is the Delta Airline. We'll explore why the Delta Airline want to team up with the Joby Aviation because the Joby Aviation can be their biggest rival and they can threaten their business and the unexpected shadow hanging over their alliance. Today we'll learn about the Toyota's deal partnership with the Joby Aviation. We're gonna talk about the Delta Airline in the part 2. Thank you for watching my video today. I'll come back with the next episode. See you in the next video.